Good morning, or should I say good afternoon. My name is Julie. I am the owner and founder of Lady Faulty's Apothecary, and we are here today to talk about the astrology for the week. This is what I like to call the Cliff Notes version. So just kind of a quick rundown of what might be going on this week, energies you might be feeling or picking up on, and just maybe with a little bit of knowledge, it might make it just a tad bit easier for you to move through the week. So let's go ahead. Fire. Sage. So we'll just smudge a little bit for you guys. And a little bit for me. All right, so we'll put that over there to just let that burn for a few minutes, and we will pull a new card for this week. And I do have to apologize, you guys. I haven't been very good the last few weeks of getting the cards posted. This was last week's card. I haven't done a very good job of getting those cards posted in the group, so I will really try today to get that done for you. That card just seemed like the one. So, all right. A blessing for those who are nearing their final breath. So I will get a picture of that up at Lady Faulty's Light Healers. That is my Facebook group page. And I will do a little write-up on that as well for you. So if you are interested in that write-up, you can go on over to the Facebook group. If you're not a member yet, just go ahead in. It'll ask you like 2 or 3 questions, and it will let you right in. If something happens and that messes up, which it has before, people accidentally bypass it or whatever, it will just send me a notification to approve you. And I let everybody in until they give me a reason not to. So you should be all set to go right in. So, all right. So we have pulled our card and our sage is going. So let's jump right in and talk about the astrology forecast for this week. So today is Monday, December 4th. So the moon is in Virgo and Venus is entering into Scorpio. So our moon in Virgo energy is going to be very practical, very responsible, very service oriented. So you might be feeling like you want to be helpful in some way to someone today. Good energy, I think, of being helpful and wanting to help someone else. And the Venus entering Scorpio could bring up some intense emotions. So I'll give you an example. This morning I went out to shovel the walkway and I couldn't find the shovel. And I got extremely pissed about it. And it was really not a big deal. The shovel was just by the other door. So I just went over and got it. But for whatever reason, which is the energy for the day, I was like so mad about it. I'm like, why am I so mad about this? This is so stupid. So your emotions might be a little bit intensified today for you. So if that happens, that is why. So you might also be feeling, because it's Venus in Scorpio, you might be feeling a deep desire for connection or intimacy. So I would say go ahead and explore and have fun with that. Whether it's intimacy or emotions or whatever, use that Scorpio of really getting in there and really like going deep, but like really immersing yourself in that. That sage is really going. I must need some clearing today to really embrace it, to really get in there and, really just kind of enjoy what's going on and really being in the moment of it all. So one thing though, with that though, could be some power struggles. Okay. So just be aware of that. So yeah. And again, like I said, the intense emotions, they don't necessarily have to be a bad thing, but, just if that pops up for you, um, you know, it kind of helps me to just know why. So like I said, when I just got really mad about the shovel, which was like a totally stupid thing, like, I'm like, why am I mad? It was like, I just had to go get it and shovel. But I was really mad about it. And then I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm like, oh yeah, I get it now. So, and today's color is citron. And oh my God, I forgot to pull cards for you guys. I'm like so out of this. Well, you'll have to bear with me for a second because I'm going to use garnet and ignite your passions. So it's a good one for anything that's Scorpio related. Garnet is a good one for that. So, all right, then we are going to move over to tomorrow, Tuesday the 5th. So last quarter moon in Virgo. Gotta find a card. No, that's not the one I want. Okay, this is the one. Sorry, you're gonna have to bear with me while I process through this at the same time. I don't know why I totally spaced picking cards, but Tuesday, December 5th, last quarter moon in Virgo. So again, we have that Virgo energy of being practical, being reasonable, being analytical, wanting to be in service of others. So all of that energy is going to be there tomorrow as well. But with it being last quarter moon, this is a good time to kind of step back and reflect over whatever it was you were trying to release at the last full moon, and kind of just take. I use that Virgo practical, analytical part of the energy, and really kind of get in there and be like, "Is this working? Isn't this working?" Be honest with yourself. Like, did I even do this part? Um, and you don't have to beat yourself up about it. Just take the time to reflect and see where you're at with the progress, and just readjust whatever needs to be readjusted and move forward. Don't like I said, be honest with yourself. Like if you set out to do something and you didn't do it, like be honest with yourself, because the only person you're going to hurt is yourself. But at the same time, like being okay. So did I not do it because I really just wasn't feeling it, or because I was just not doing it? And figure out where you need to go from there. Okay. So, but yeah, so use that practical part, but don't be too overcritical of yourself. Like I said, don't be too hard on yourself if you didn't do something or something didn't work well. It's fine. Virgos can be perfectionists, which is in a lot of ways great, but in a lot of ways not so great, because they are harder on themselves than anybody else. And that perfectionist, when they don't think they do it, which is an unrealistic goal, right? To be perfect, they can be pretty hard on themselves. So don't let that energy kind of take over. Just kind of, use the energies that are there to your benefit, and just like I said, see what's working and what's not working. And I picked some crucifix, and it says allow yourself to receive. And so the reason I was picking that was because just receiving that Virgo energy of reflecting and being practical and analytical, and really diving into what you have been doing and not doing over the last few weeks since the full moon. All right, Neptune direct in Pisces. I know which one I want for that. Just have to find it. Again, give me a minute here. I'm gonna need that one. You guys probably already know. All right, so Neptune direct in Pisces, heightened intuition. So you guys probably already know what stone I'm gonna pick. Deep spiritual connection. Neptune is great all about spirituality and our higher selves and enlightenment. And Pisces, being a water sign, is an emotion sign, but Pisces being, like I said, a water sign, is also very in tune with their intuition. So again, that's just a really good energy, in my opinion, to receive. If you are a Pisces, maybe it might be a little too much. So you might want to just work on some grounding techniques if that's, if it's getting a little bit too much for you. But yeah, I get excited when Neptune is involved. So, like I said, heightened intuition, deep spiritual connection. So, yeah, and like I said, if it gets a little too much, just remember to stay grounded. And you could work with some hematite or tiger's eye. That's not what I picked. But if you were trying to stay grounded, you could work with those. But really, just trusting your intuition. So I picked some amethyst that says trust your intuition. All right. And I just realized I'm not saying the color of the day either. So like I apparently am in another place today. So Monday's color was citron. I think I said that one, but Tuesday and Wednesday's color are both light blue, which is nice because that light blue is going to bring in that water energy. So which can again work with our intuition. So all right. So next one, Thursday, December 7th, Mercury in harmony with Jupiter. And so Jupiter, we know, is all about optimism, and Mercury is all about our communication. So again, should be a good day. Nice outlook, nice positive outlook on the day. Should be a nice day for some clarity, expansive thinking. So all that positive communication and positivity might bring some understanding to you for something that maybe hasn't been quite so clear before, or it could bring some opportunities. So just be aware of that for some opportunities. I picked apophyllite for staying positive because, yeah, who doesn't need to be more positive? So, all right. So Friday, December 8th, moon enters, Thursday's color is gray. Friday, December 8th, moon enters Scorpio. So again, we started out the week with Venus entering Scorpio today. And so Friday, the moon is entering Scorpio. So it's going to be same but different, right? So before we had Venus involved, Venus was about how we love. And so that part of it is not going to be quite so intense, but there will be heightened emotions. There's still going to be that desire for that connection, that desire to go deep, that desire to go inward. So learning is a good thing to do. Research is good on those days when Scorpio is involved. For me, like I love to learn about all of this stuff, right? Astrology, herbs, crystals, and stuff. So, and I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. So kind of makes sense in there all. So yeah, so again, it could be a little bit intense for you. So your emotions are going to be a little bit heightened. So again, just be aware that those might be just running a little bit high. And not anything too much to worry about. I'll pick a card now. Not too much to worry about, but yeah, just why not some epidote? Go deep, go deeper. So again, nothing too much to worry about. Just be aware that the emotions could be intensified. And so, like I said, you might be feeling when you get a little bit angry, normally you might get a little bit more angry. And again, this is where hopefully knowing this information will just kind of like make sense and be like, okay, I understand what's going on. And, because my brain otherwise would overthink everything and make a big deal out of it. And, when it doesn't need to. So, yeah. So, anyway, just be aware that that might happen. Okay. So, and again, you can always do some grounding. You can just center whatever to bring you back into balance. So, those are practices we can do every day, right? For whatever reason. whatever is making us feel unbalanced. So Friday's color is citron, and we just did the stone. So we'll move over to Saturday. Venus is in tension with Jupiter. So this is kind of a tricky one. So Venus, again, is how we love. So there's definitely going to be some romantic energy in the air. So again, one of the things to be aware of, because it's in tension with Jupiter, which Jupiter is all about, like we just talked about, like being positive. So romance and positive, like how can that go wrong, right? Well, sometimes we can get a little overconfident, or we have to understand that the other person might not be feeling the same way. So we have to remember boundaries, and we have to remember about not being overindulgent. And so, but yes, for the most part, just it's going to be a surge of romance in the air, and positivity. And so it'd be really good for social gatherings and things like that. So you're like, where does the intention come in? So like I said, it can come in because we might come off a little too strong, or the other person might not be feeling the same way. So, everybody's energies are affected a little bit differently, depending on where your placements are and where their placements are. Or maybe, again, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but maybe they're just not into you the same as you're into them, right? So we just have to be aware of that, and that sometimes our advances are not always as welcome as we would like them to be. So now I got to pick a stone. You know what? I'm going to pick, it's right here. And I think that one's a good one. I've already mentioned it a couple times for this week, Tiger's Eye, for being grounded. So you could certainly work with, if you were more interested in that positive aspect, you could go back and work with the apophyllite. If you were more interested in the romance part of it, you could certainly work with either some garnet or some rose quartz. Or like I said, if you want to be a little bit more grounded, you could work with some Tiger's Eye. So there's always more than one stone to work with. There are an endless amount of stones you could work with. And if you working with the stones that I suggested, that's perfectly fine. I want you to use your intuition. If your intuition is telling you to use a different stone, go with that stone, or use both stones. Like, they're not going to cancel each other out, okay? So always follow your intuition. If there's another stone that's calling to you to work with on that day, please go with that. So, all right, Saturday's color, before I forget again, is white. And so we're going to finish up with Sunday, which the Scorpio moon in harmony with Neptune. So we already know, because we just talked about Neptune, that Neptune is all about our higher self, spirituality, being connected. And Scorpio, again, is all about really getting in there and getting the truth, solving the mystery, like getting all the details, uncovering, things. So again, spiritual insight might be coming your way on Sunday. You may be connecting a little bit to your own inner self. So your inner self, your higher, however you want to word that, it's all encompassing. So also, I wrote down to spend some time nurturing your emotions. So again, if these emotions are coming up for you, if these emotions are heightened, with that heightened spiritual connection and that higher connection to your higher self, spending some time with those emotions might be pretty eye-opening on some situations. We all have more things to work on. We all have things to, learn. So I just wrote, really go in and explore. like just kind of sit with it and explore. Use that Scorpio energy along with that heightened spiritual connection to kind of just go in there and explore and see what's going on, and see what kind of you're feeling connected to, and what's resonating with you, and what's coming up. Maybe it's grief, maybe it's anger, maybe it's loneliness, like whatever it is, and see what you need to be maybe doing to help yourself through some stuff. So, all right. So now I got to pick a card for that. Nope, 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 no. Nope. I'm going to pick this one. Support is all around you. So some angel light. So yeah, connecting to that spiritual connection, that higher self, your inner self. Again, whatever you want to call it, angels, God, source, Gaia. Again, to me, it's all the one and the same. So that support is there for you. And so, don't be afraid to get in there. And like I said, go deep and connect and see what's going on, because that support is around you. And I've said this a bazillion times, and I'll say it a bazillion more times. Things are hard. Things are tough. But the hope is that we come out of it better, stronger, more empathetic, whatever it is. Like there was a lesson in it. We didn't go through it for just no reason. And, then we come out better in some way, shape, or form. So that's going to wrap it up for me today. Yeah, I don't think I have another video this week for anything. Next week we will probably have, we'll have our astrology class video. There will most likely, I haven't checked ahead yet, but most likely there'll be a new moon video in there. And then in a couple weeks, we will have our Yule, our winter solstice video as well coming up. So a couple different things coming up. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope something in this video was helpful for you. If it was, please feel free to share it with a friend if you think that they will get something beneficial out of it as well. And as always, remember to be kind. Your kindness not only is going to improve your day, it's going to improve somebody else's day, and it could potentially change someone's life for the better. So thanks for watching, guys. Love you. Bye.